King Cassius Eiffel team in association with Mechanism Gym Marbella. Your call for the public workouts, Joshua versus Brazil. With me, I haven't seen you for ages.
If I answer your question, you answer mine. Number one, all I see is these Instagram pictures of you in like South Africa with your girlfriend and stuff like. You like even just neglecting us. I feel like you're two-timing me. What's all that about?
I just tried to take it back, boss. I just couldn't take it back, boss.
I don't understand.
You know what? I was watching that film the other day.
What?
I was thinking, if they couldn't find that fella to play John Coffey, they could have played you.
Are you just insulting me, aren't you? Well,
no, John Coffey, you know, from the Green Mile.
I know John Coffey.
Yeah.
Always. You're just so stupid.
What? You could have been. You did try to take it back, boss. Right, anyway, let's go into your house. Let's walk into your house.
Yeah, this is my bed. Duvan.
Now, how much money would you want
Yeah.
for you to spend a week on this mattress?
I don't mind. I can sleep anywhere. Listen, I'm not proud, man. I come from the hood.
Yeah, of course you do.
Oh, I ain't sleeping on that. Make your skin all scratchy and itchy. I ain't sleeping on that.
Joshua versus Brazil.
Yeah. I think Brazil, he doesn't realise what he's letting himself in for.
Do you know what? Can I say something to you?
Go on.
When I was watching that Gloves Are Off,
Yeah.
it's always the case. I watch you and the matchroom fight, and I always think it's 2-on-1.
No, not at all.
It is.
I
I don't know if you subconsciously do it or not.
No, I don't.
But it looks like it's like you're double. You're like, but Dominic, like it's as if it's me and Anthony.
Yeah, but that's what you see. Remember, they cut a lot out. Number one, number two with Dominic, we don't want to know who he is. So really, we want to, because once he was mentioned, everybody's saying, who is it? So you've got to find out who he is, what he's got. You've got to peel him back. You've got to try and rattle him. You've got to try and see layers of him where you think, there you are. You know, this man's trying to be cool. You know, so when I'm trying to ask questions and when I'm trying to go and when I'm trying to dig at him, it's just so we can see who he is. Because at this moment he's turning up in a suit, he's all polite, nice American guy saying, I'm just going to come over to win, do my job and everything. It's getting the info. And listen, there was questions asked for of Joshua as well, just to say about the quality of his opponent, the win, and just to the idea is to antagonise them both. The idea is to make them both speak their mind, you know, and be themselves, be their true selves in front of the camera. So if it came across as I was picking on him, I wasn't. I was just asking the questions that I thought the public wanted to know because we knew nothing about it. Oh, I was picking on him. Yeah, I did. I said it. I'll take him out. Oh, I'm joking.
Common sense tells us, without being disrespectful to Dominic Brazil, that Joshua will beat him inside 2 rounds.
Why?
Just
why?
I think this is
Where's
what common
the common sense at? There's no common sense or fact in boxing. One punch changes everything. Brazil's he's unbeaten. He as well got to the 2012 Olympics in London. He got knocked out of the tournaments in the first round, which shows maybe he was lacking something as an amateur, what that Joshua didn't have. I'm quite sure those boys would have looked at each other, had an eye on each other in the amateurs. Now they've turned pro. They've both been winning consistently. And like we were asking the questions of Joshua before he boxed Charles Martin, is he the real deal? Has he been tested? The same questions are obviously going to be asked of Dominic Brazil. Let's not take for granted that Joshua's going to walk through. And because we know Joshua can bank, we know when he hits, you stay hit. We know he's sharp. We know he looks like a supreme athlete. We know everything about him. What do we know about Brazil? We know he can, when he gets put down, he don't bottle it and bubble it and stay down. He wants to get up and come back and fight again. So what happens then? So if he can hold Anthony Joshua's shot, then maybe it's a completely different ball game. But it's a case of if he can hold a shot. He's proved he can get put down and get back up again. But Anthony Joshua is just a different beast. And the tough thing is, whoever Anthony boxes, we're going to say the same thing. Oh, that was too easy. That was too easy. Maybe he's just too good.
I don't want to sound disrespectful by saying he'll beat him inside 2 rounds, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything of Brazil, and I've watched Brazil's quite a few of his fights.
Yeah.
I've seen him live actually fight as well.
And what did you think of it?
He fought that. Have you seen that geezer called Fonseca? Have you seen that heavyweight called Fonseca?
What did you think of it?
It was okay.
It was alright.
He was okay, but again, I don't think he's. I think we'll see Saturday night. What I'm saying is right.
Yeah, we will. Well,
listen. I hope from a spectator point of view that it is half competitive.
Of course it is, and it's hard because Joshua now is in a position where he's a champion. He's officially one of the best fighters in the world. But we still want to. Every time he gets in the ring with somebody, saying, "Is this guy good enough? Is this guy good enough?" He can only fight the guys that are put in front of him. I spoke to him the other day. He said, "Look, I want the Fury fights. I want that." He's taught. This is him, not his PR people. he wants the Fury fights, he wants the David Haye fights, he wants all those big fights because he now knows he's improving by the second. And each fight as it goes on, each training camp as it goes on, he's getting better. He knows that, and he's begging for these fights. So when you hear these things about Joshua against Haye or Fury, you think it's a PR company. I've heard it from the horse's mouth. This boy wants the fights, and these fights will happen. God willing, Fury comes through his fight and David Haye keeps winning. These fights could happen.
Do we have to concede though? Well, we don't have to, but do we concede that Tyson Fury is the #1 heavyweight?
He's got to be.
Yeah.
Because he did what nobody else could do. So like him or loathe him, like his style or loathe his style, he's a guy that couldn't be beaten for over 10 years. You know, and so that's why you have to give him respect. You know, and that's why to me, Tyson Fury, he's got to be up there as #1. And even in his position, people will be saying, is this guy good enough? Tyson Fury's boxing again now. So Tyson Fury's going to get him with Klitschko. Now they're thinking, was he lucky the first time? Was it a fluke? Did Klitschko underestimate him? I actually think this fight would be easier than the first fight for Tyson Fury if he's prepared the same way he did for the first fight. If he hasn't, then we have a problem. But if he's prepared the same way he did for the first fight, I think this will be an easier win for Tyson Fury.
All right, we'll pick this back up in a little while. That's all right.
Beat!